And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
We are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. It's the Barnes and Tony Show. Anthony, how are you, sir?
Yo, dude, feeling good today. What's today? Wednesday? Thursday?
Today's
it's Thursday, baby.
The whole Monday thing.
I know. It screwed us all up, dude. The extra holiday day, whatever, bro. I'm having a great time. How are you, dude?
I mean, doing great. Had a nice time at the golf tournament yesterday, and then capped the day off with a Rangers victory. So we got to let's just jump right into it. The world of the National Hockey League.
In they come, Kevin, what a save by Vasilevsky! Are you kidding me? McAvoy, Frederick, did you get the license plate number on that truck? McDavid, beautiful move! You just knew that Connor McDavid was going to make a statement. What a goal!
Wow. That's all I can say, Tony, is wow. What a performance. So the Rangers, obviously, we've talked about a lot, their comebacks in the previous two series, coming back 3-1 against Pittsburgh, 3-2 against Carolina, winning an epic Game 7. And then here they are, Game 1, two-time defending Stanley Cup champions in the Tampa Bay Lightning. And they just full force from the first puck drop. Chris Kreider just over a minute in with the goal. And obviously, Stamkos did end up answering that goal to tie it up at 1, but they were nowhere near done scoring as they score 5 goals between the second and third period with a rousing 6-2 victory.
Very arousing.
And one thing that I love, other than the win, of course, at the end of the day, that is always going to be the priority, Tony. But
that's good.
Ever since I called the crowd out for not being like Colorado Game 1, I feel like the juice, the buzz has been there. And tell me I'm wrong, but did it start with Mariano Rivera going to Game 6 and they've never looked back?
Okay.
Greatest of all time, no?
Yeah.
Greatest pitcher of all time.
No, arguably, yeah, for sure, dude. And you can say what you want about the crowd and previous
Rivera.
series, everything. They've stepped up. What it is, I don't know. Maybe they're finally hyped for, New York Rangers team that seemingly looks like they belong. This deep into the playoffs, they belong in the Cup final, and they have a serious shot at winning this whole thing. And I think maybe it took the fans, unfortunately, maybe a little while to realize that, especially with the back and forth in Pittsburgh, still struggling on offense without even, Pittsburgh starting goalie in there. Jay Bird says, rest versus rust debate prevails. Dude.
Yes, and we've seen that in, football, basketball, hockey, baseball. But I don't know, Tony. It may call me too square with this thought process, and we of course appreciate Jay
Bird
chiming in here. But I just think at the end of the day, most of the time, obviously there's fluke performances from time to time, but the better team wins, whether it's rest versus rust.
Yeah, and people talked about their 9-day rest, or however long it was. Regardless, Tampa Bay is still a really good team, and they weren't necessarily rusty out of the gate. I mean, they were going back and forth with the Rangers until, deep into the second period, pretty much, with, answering the goal scoring that the Rangers were having. Maybe, a few, I would say maybe just a few of the mistakes they've had that are unlike Tampa Bay, especially on defense. I mean, Kreider's first goal, for example. I mean, geez, dude, he was wide open in front of the net. He took that phenomenal pass from Zibanejad. And then later on, I think Heedle's first goal, I think it was, he was wide open. Whatever defender was supposed to be on him was looking at Kakko with the puck. And it's like, kind of totally blew your assignment right there. But nonetheless, I mean, Tampa Bay, it's by no means is going to be a landslide, I would say. However, the Rangers certainly set the tone with this first game. I mean, they had we were talking about before the show, some sustainable offensive pressure, the likes of which I've never seen this entire season, dude. I mean, Heedle's goal, for example. I mean, the kid line that shift was ridiculous. They must have been in the offensive zone for probably a minute straight.
Right.
Puck control, shots on goal, getting the rebound, getting it back out to the point, finding an open man, phenomenal passing. And then finally, after several attempts, you see Heedle finally finding the back of the net. And then Zibanejad as well on that power play. I mean, we know that the Rangers power play has been doing pretty well in the postseason. But I mean, that sustainable offensive pressure, I know they were a man down, but they didn't have that, I feel, at all during the postseason, where they were just sitting in the offensive zone, handling the puck very well, finding their open guy. I mean, it took Zibanejad, he had 3 attempts from the same spot. And it finally took, it was, Panarin to Vetrano, Panarin to Vetrano to Zibanejad for the one-timer. Did it twice. Vasilevsky was on it. And then it took Panarin to get that beautiful cross-ice pass, skipping Vetrano right to Zibanejad, and he had just a phenomenal shot there. And not only that on offense, but Kreider was in front of the net, and his presence is known, obviously. I mean, you see Vasilevsky kind of like, inching himself towards Kreider when he's in front of the net, because he knows that he's going to be there for the deflection. But what that does is that opens up his other side for the shot, and that's how Zibanejad kind of had that goal. So I mean, just phenomenal playing by the New York Rangers. Still some stuff to work on for sure, but I mean, you really could not have asked for a better start to the series.
And one thing too, and we've seen this throughout the entire postseason, but what makes you feel so good about the Rangers is during the regular season, there definitely were stretches where it was like, okay, let's wait around for Kreider to score, obviously scoring over 50 goals, and, the lack of offense situation that we saw develop from time to time. But this postseason, it's like you can't point definitively to one guy and say, oh, he's the reason why they're winning these games. The goals are coming from so many different players. And, last game I read it down, and I'll do it again. I mean, Kreider with his 9th, Vetrano with his 4th, Heedle with his 7th, Panarin with his 5th, and Zibanejad with his 8th. And there's still guys that I didn't even name there that are scoring goals as well. I mean, it's like, it's just the gift that keeps on giving in terms of them creating offense. And it's like, it's just coming at the perfect time. And that's what makes us all Ranger fans just excited about this.
Yeah. I mean, dude, 11 different players on the Rangers had points last night. 5 of them had 2 or more. I mean, it's like you said, the gift that keeps on giving. And I think it all starts with that third line, the kid line, because they go out there and they set the tone. They get Tampa Bay on their heels because they're a third line. All of a sudden now Tampa Bay has to put their first line defenders on them to keep them at bay. And then what does that do? It opens up Zibanejad, Panarin, and Kreider on that first and second line, who are arguably better skaters than Heedle, Kakko, and Lafreniere. So they're able to get more opportunities and get easier goal scoring opportunities as well.
And I know it's so hard to compare. And
as my mother says, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Morning, Mom.
And it's so hard to compare, year to year, but you would know better than me, but it's like, is this, to put it at least very broadly, I mean, is this the best you've felt about a Rangers team in almost 10 years, potentially?
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Dude. I mean, I would say the one thing that seems to be different, to look back at 2014, 2015, where they went pretty deep, Eastern Conference Final, Stanley Cup Final, and even, in playoff pushes leading up to now. The one thing that they kind of was a little bit of their downfall was they were not playing a fast-paced game, like Tampa Bay, LA, playing against Pittsburgh in the postseason. They were Washington as well. They were all quicker. They played faster hockey than the Rangers. They were able to pressure them more, and Rangers would crumble. I mean, it's tough to defend against a team that's faster than you. But I mean, last night you saw the Rangers go toe-to-toe with the Tampa Bay Lightning, who are obviously, a quick team. and they beat them.
Yeah,
That's the difference. I mean, this game one was so strong. Like I said, I've never seen such good offense out of them ever this entire season.
Well, and how about, putting it this way? In the series, they swept Florida. Vasilevsky allowed 3 goals, and the Rangers double him up in one game.
One game, dude. That's crazy.
And they couldn't even pull him because the long layoff. They want to get the reps in.
Right.
But it's just, I mean, there's literally not one negative thing, you could take away from this game. And, I mean, it's really, they've really given themselves a tremendous opportunity here.
Right.
Tomorrow, game 2, let's get the same energy. And if you could take that game, go back 2-0 to Tampa, you are sitting very pretty.
Yeah, I would say so. And we didn't even talk about Shesterkin last night, dude. 37 saves.
You know why we didn't talk about him is because that's what we expect.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, obviously.
I mean, really, and after a terrible performance, was it games 3 and 4 against Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
3 and 4. Where he's getting pulled. Gorgiev's playing as much, and he has not looked back since then. And of course, his teammates help him out. But at the end of the day, he's the last line of defense,
right?
And he's doing his job, and it's just so much fun to watch to have a guy that you could rely on. I mean, that's what you need in the postseason. You need a goalie. And I mean, it's hard to argue. I mean, who's really playing better goal this whole postseason than him?
Not Vasilevsky.
Yeah. And this is one of those where I'm kind of, we got, let's see, Jean-Louis.
It's Jean-Louis, JJ.
JJ.
We went to SCM together. Morning, y'all. Shout out to my guy, Tony. What up, JJ? Thanks for tuning in, dude. Listening at work. Let's go Rangers, dude.
Let's go Rangers. And Tony, I'm kind of setting myself up for this one. So if this is like one of those questions that it's like, are you really asking this question? I'll take full responsibility here. But I just need to know. And my first guess is going to be because he like passes a lot. Why is Panarin called the bread man? Is it just because he passes a lot?
No, he's called the bread man because, I mean, he's supposed to be like the goal scorer,
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's weird.
He's getting that bread, dude. I know he hasn't scored a lot of goals, dude.
But when did this start? Was it's just like last season, or when did this?
Probably like 2 years ago.
When was that his first year on the Rangers?
No, it was even before he was on the Rangers. So maybe it was 3 years ago when he was the bread man.
Yeah, because it almost seems like his nickname should be something to do with assists.
Right at this point, yeah. I guess that's just kind of the role he's taken now. But I mean, when he first came over, I mean, he was highly touted for his his goal scoring abilities. Obviously a little different now with the type of role he has with everyone else in the team, but nonetheless, yeah, maybe a different nickname is on the horizon, because honestly, no one's even really referred to him as the bread man. I feel like most of the season.
No, I feel like I've heard it on the radio broadcast and I guess really the national broadcast the last couple of games. And then also just looking at this, I mean, he hasn't even scored. No, not in. Like I said, I think he's a great player, but I mean, his career high in goals is 32. I mean, he didn't have a 50-goal season.
No, but yeah,
bad nickname. I mean, it
is what
it is,
dude.
It is what it is. It's almost like the no runs DMC with Dallin Miller and Chapman back in the day, right? I mean, it was a force.
Yeah,
they're selling shirts.
Yeah, that's what they did with Panarin too, selling shirts when he got over.
Call Uncle Richie's friend. Your mother says.
Oh yes, Nicky Vitillo is my Uncle Richie's friend. He used to play for the Rangers. I think he played for the Whalers as well back in the day. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I know. My uncle told him to call in because he has my number.
Yeah,
but he hasn't yet. I should really give him a call.
Yeah, definitely call in. And then the only other thing I was going to ask you, with the it's called alternate captain.
Yeah, alternate. Yeah.
So is that consistent? Like, is it always the same alternate captain, or do they mix it up?
For the most part, yeah. There's normally the captain and 2 alternates. And normally it's they pick him before the season starts. And then they stick with him.
But I thought the Rangers. I thought it's just Kreider.
There's no captain right now.
No, I'm saying, but there's just one alternate captain.
Well, it's Kreider.
He has an A on his thing.
Doesn't Zibanejad have an A as well?
Okay, so
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So if a team doesn't have a captain, though, they generally have 2 alternate captains.
If they don't have a captain?
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
everybody has 2 alternate captains. And
Everyone
captain,
has 2 alternate
if they have
captains
a
typically.
captain.
Yeah. And plus the captain. The Rangers may have 3. I think Panarin has an A on his jersey as well, just because they never picked a captain.
And is it more popular to have a captain or not have a captain?
To have it.
Okay, so there, like, how much percent, if you had just off the top of your head, would you say the league that has a acting captain, not an alternant captain?
Probably like 98%, like every team.
So when was Messier the last captain or no?
No. Before
Callahan.
McDonough after him.
Oh, and McDonough after him. Okay.
And then they haven't picked one since. I don't know. Maybe they were worried because the previous 2 captains on the Rangers got traded away.
Yeah.
I don't know. They haven't really decided on a captain. I know. Very weird.
Who, if it was you
Kreider.
right now? Yeah.
Yeah, hands down.
And you, because actually, did he just sign an extension last offseason or something?
Yeah, last offseason.
He's not going anywhere anytime.
Yeah, I mean, he's the most tenured player. Obviously, our greatest asset for the regular season for sure. And you see it, he's the last man off the ice, dabbing everyone up after the game and everything like that. I mean, he seems like the leader on the team. And again, I mean, he's, the most veteran player for the Rangers right now. I mean, obviously, people look to him for, advice, whatever. So I would pick him, obviously, but, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, I hate to bring this up too, but I think it's been quite some time since a team has won the cup without a regular captain, not alternate captain. I don't know if you heard that stat.
I would imagine so, because again, I mean, most teams, they elect their captains, right? So I would imagine it's been a long time, because normally the captain is the first to hoist the cup.
Yeah. But is that a Dolan thing, a Drury thing, a Gallant thing? Like, what is that?
Well, I mean, it's up to the players to decide, really. So I would imagine, Gallant hasn't pressured them to pick a captain if they haven't picked one,
Or maybe they like behind the scenes, they're saying, we're not picking captain until we hoist it.
Yeah, maybe.
Then the captain.
That's dope. Then they'll be announced. Yeah, that'd be sweet, dude. We'll see. We'll see when they win who hoists it first.
Yeah. Oh my God, man. The excitement is through the roof.
Through the roof. Also, did you see the tussle that happened after the game as well, dude?
And it slipped my mind, and I'm so glad that you mentioned that. Well, must have been a minute and a half left, roughly.
Roughly, yeah. Maybe a minute 40, because they got the power play, Tampa Bay, and it didn't even last, the whole rest of the time.
What was the deal with that?
So, I mean, I'm not sure I think he's a forward, Hagel, for Tampa Bay, laid a pretty dangerous but legal hit on Gaudreau, with maybe 3 minutes left, a few minutes prior. It was a clean hit, just Gaudreau was kind of close to the boards. So he hit him squared up. He was facing him and everything. It wasn't like he hit him in the back. Hit him clean hit, and he kind of, back right into the boards. Awkwardly fell. Totally fine, though. So honestly, kudos to Gaudreau. He's a tough guy, dude. And it's pretty funny because he gets laid out, and the puck is like sliding towards him, and he like literally like grabs it with his hand to cover it. So like, can't get the puck, whatever. But then a few minutes later, this was when the minute 40, whatever, more or less is left. There's a play against the boards, and you see Gaudreau like cross-checking Hagel, getting a few hits in. Hagel obviously didn't like that. Gaudreau gets the cross-checking penalty, but then just like insanity ensues, because then you have Patrick Maroon come over for Tampa Bay, who's kind of their bruiser, fucking with Gaudreau, and then Reeves comes over for the Rangers, messing with him, and everyone's pushing McDonough and shit, and it's just like things calm down, the refs come up, kind of separate them a little bit, and they're all just kind of, it's like when they're standing there, they're just like holding each other, and then all of a sudden they start going at it again, dude. It was crazy. It was probably like at least 2 minutes this was lasting. It was nuts.
And I mean, you've seen more fights than I have, but,
right?
I mean, the way that referee was like sandwiched in between the two of them, and they're not letting him up. I mean, wasn't that like kind of crazy? Like someone might be suspended. Like, I don't know. That just seemed a little much. No
suspensions from that. It's definitely not normal. Normally, when the ref gets involved,
you can't hold down the ref.
I mean, sometimes the ref will be like on the outside, bringing them down so they stop. But he was like sandwiched in between Reeves and Maroon.
Ready to punch him.
Dude, it was crazy. I mean, like Reeves had like his hand through the ref, grabbing at Maroon, and he was like his hand was like on the ref's face, dude. It was pretty nuts.
And I think there were 7 ejections from that.
At that point, I mean, again, a minute and a half left. I mean, there were people in the box regardless for the fighting, so they just kind of threw everyone out. But yeah, I mean, you love to see that, especially the Rangers kind of standing up to Patrick Maroon's like 6'3", probably like 230. He's not a small dude. And of course, the Lightning clearly agitated with how the game kind of ended up happening and everything like that. You love to see them kind of get in their heads a little bit, and the Lightning clearly, like I said, agitated. So love that, dude.
And it's just too. I mean, everybody playing a role like we mentioned. Reeves. I mean, that's what he's here for, to get in the middle of it.
Get more physical. That's why he's here, dude.
Yeah. And then the last thing before we just look at the West tonight. And I know I've mentioned this before, but boy, I swear the Rangers goal song might be the best like sports song for a team I've ever heard.
Really?
Don't you think? I don't know. It just like
no, it's great, dude.
It's awesome.
I know.
I feel like it really is just uplifting, and the crowd just gets into it. So,
oh yeah, dude.
How long has that been the song? I mean, for 20 years, like that.
I mean, my lifetime. So
okay,
at least 26.
And every team has a song, or no?
No.
I feel like it's usually just a loud foghorn.
Yeah,
and then some teams,
and people just cheer. Yeah, not many people have songs. No.
But yeah, so that was awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the game tomorrow. And I mentioned the West, so first game was. I mean, we didn't even actually get to talk about it, but the Avalanche. Oh, geez, 8-6. I mean, 14 goals.
I know, unbelievable.
And then I think 4 goalies played because Smith got pulled for Koskinen, kind of like we were alluding to, and then Kumper got hurt. I don't know if you've heard anything about his status for tonight. If he's going to be playing or not, but I know he had a lower body injury.
Yeah, I haven't heard much. I can try and do a little research right now.
But obviously, I mean, that would be a really big loss for them. Let's see.
Injured.
It's unclear 16 hours
availability
ago.
For game 2.
Muddy.
Unclear.
So kind of think that he's not going to play. I don't know. I mean, especially that they're up 1-0. I don't, and they're trying to win a Stanley Cup here.
I know that's tough, dude.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there is a pretty significant drop off for them.
There is, but I just feel like the way they made the Oilers look defensively last game, it's like their best defense is offense.
No, yeah, literally. I mean, dude, I don't know if you watched this game, but I was watching it at home.
Yeah.
I think it was 3-3 after the first period.
Yeah.
Like unbelievable, dude.
Yeah.
Just the goal score. It was as if there was no goaltenders at all. It was seemingly that there's goal scoring left and right, obviously, and they were going back and forth for the entire game. It made for some phenomenal hockey.
Oh yeah.
And especially the start of the game, Edmonton came out so physical, dude.
Yeah.
And I would say, I know I knock on ESPN's broadcast. But there was one good camera cut. They were pushing into Colorado's zone, the Oilers, and they cut to like the camera along the boards, and you literally see like a far forward lay out someone from Colorado on the boards, and then 2 seconds later, another forward from Edmonton lays out another guy from Colorado along the boards. And the hits were flying left and right. The game was so fast paced. I mean, talking about probably right, especially in the playoffs, these are two of the best offensive teams, you could argue. Not to mention, obviously, Colorado, offensive was going the entire season pretty much. But it was just a crazy, crazy game. And then again, Smith getting pulled, Darcy getting hurt. It was nuts, dude. It made for great hockey. And I know there was one, probably the biggest storyline was that Cale Makar goal right before the first period was over. I don't know if you saw this. But Edmonton challenged the offsides call. And it's funny because I was reading up on it, and like you get all these, butthurt Oilers fans saying how it was offsides, whatever. It really wasn't actually. It's pretty interesting because, so I forget who it was on Colorado, but obviously he was the offsides player. Cale Makar was playing the puck in the neutral zone, and he tipped the puck into the offensive zone. Now at that point, it's a delayed offsides, right? Because technically no one has possession. And Cale Makar wasn't over the blue line yet. So that guy had gotten back. Cale Makar had just crossed over, and then he touches the puck, right? People were saying, oh, it's clearly offsides, whatever. It was actually a really good call by the refs. People were knocking the refs so hard for a blown offsides call, which led to a goal, obviously. But, I mean, it was a good call by the refs. I would say, one of the few times they've kind of gotten it right, I feel like, in the postseason here.
Yeah.
In terms of those, gray areas of where it's a close call. But yeah, dude, it was a great game to watch. And I still think, like, I mean, I think this series is going to be a shootout regardless, honestly, if they have their starting goalies in net or not. I mean, you kind of saw it in game one, but I do think, Colorado just has more offensive players than Edmonton. So, will Edmonton, steal a game here or there? For sure, yeah. I don't think it's going to be a sweep, but I think Colorado has this one in the bag, dude.
Even if the backup's in there tonight.
Yeah.
So I guess the Avalanche coach said, we'll see. I don't know yet. And Jay Woodcroft, the coach of the Oilers, hasn't announced who's going to be in net either. And then I saw an article too that I guess there's rumors that Koskinen has an overseas deal lined up for next season. So I don't know. Maybe they think, I don't know if he's focused.
Right.
I kind of think they'll go to Smith. And then if he gets lit up again, then I think they'll just go to Koskinen permanently. Is that kind of what you're thinking, or?
I don't know, dude. It's kind of a tough call. I don't think they're gonna go with Koskinen permanently.
What if it's 4 in the first, though?
Well, yeah, if it's 4 in the first, they're gonna pull him and go with Koskinen for the rest of the game. But in terms of who would start game 3, I think it's still gonna be kind of a toss-up. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, there wasn't really much difference when Koskinen was put in. So it's like, I mean, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
That's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, I just, as you would say, Tony, I just hope that the Oilers tonight have a dog in the fight. That's all I'm asking for. I hope this isn't just a sweep. I hope this is somewhat of a competitive series. And I think their best chance will come if Kumper's out.
Yeah. Definitely.
And against a backup tender, they have to, absolutely have to change the whole series if they win that.
I mean, they'll definitely have a chance here. They were hanging around with Colorado the first game. It was exchanging of goals. It was literally like Colorado scores, Edmonton answers, Edmonton scores, Colorado answers. So it wasn't like they got blown out. It was just that Colorado kind of pulled away in the third period there. And it's funny because I really thought Edmonton was looking pretty good. Evander Kane had the first goal of the game too. I mean, I know he's your boy.
13 now?
13, I think. Yeah, it sounds about right.
Crazy.
Unbelievable, dude.
Yeah.
I know, he's crazy.
And then we got very calm today. Johnny Depp is victorious.
Johnny Depp is victorious.
Sorry,
the verdict was in.
I think they were going to break that down on Screen Time.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I don't know
enough about hockey.
I thought she's a big Rangers fan, no?
She's a Rangers fan because of me, though. She'll watch the game when I'm around. But I mean, I'm sure my mother wasn't really tuning in last night.
And I just, wanted to update everyone. So last, we had 4 picks, when we did it last, and the other day, and Tony went 3-1. I went 2-2 to pick up a game. So 28-16 to 22-22. And we're rapidly approaching. I think we got exactly a week left.
Oh my goodness, we do.
Yeah. So this is go time for Tony. And I'm giving you a gift here if you want it. I'm going to go Oilers again tonight. Are you good with Colorado?
I'll go with Colorado again tonight, baby.
Yeah, I mean, that's on a silver platter, Tony.
It's not on a silver platter, Barnes. Get out of town.
No, I'm just saying that's serious. Like, at this point, I'm just really hoping the Oilers can find a way to win this series because I just like going up against the Avalanche. Obviously they could do anything, but I would like to avoid that if possible.
I know. I would definitely second that notion. I would prefer to play Edmonton.
Especially because of their goaltending too. I just feel like we could score 7 goals against them.
I know, easily, dude. And again, they have some good pieces, but I mean, Colorado just
oh my god,
swarm, dude. Yeah. They're swarming teams.
That's gonna be a pull your hair out type of series.
Oh my god, dude.
But got a little time, but definitely pumped up for the Rangers tonight. I mean,
Rangers tomorrow. The Rangers in general.
After last night. But let's switch gears here. World of Major League Baseball.
2-2, he got him swinging. The back-to-back strikeouts for Robbie Ray.
There's damage right there. Shohei, way, Cy-Yo, nada, where did that land?
Smoke to Chapman, who leaps up and grabs it.
Story spins and fires, out at first. There it goes, see ya. Home run, Aaron Judge.
All right, Tony. We didn't get to talk yesterday, but the Yankees did open up on Tuesday against former Met great Noah Syndergaard.
Yeah, screw him, dude.
Sent him packing early en route to a 9-1 victory. So, you love to see that. And finally, you talk about getting it in. Montgomery gets that victory in, his first victory of the season, 7 innings, of 1-run ball.
That was his first win?
Walk. First win, yeah.
Wow.
And the stat was all of his starts, which would include now this start as well, he had given up 3 runs or less every start. And he had no wins. I mean, that is crazy. You look you mentioned about Syndergaard getting tattooed, 2 1/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk. 1 home run allowed to actually Matt Carpenter hitting his second home run. Yankee first, Yankee Stadium.
I can't wait till he plays the Mets, dude.
Carpenter?
No, Syndergaard.
When is that? Is it soon?
It's a Sunday night baseball game. I forget when it is, though.
I would think that it would be this weekend.
This Sunday, right?
Because, I mean, they're in town. I mean, why?
Yeah, I think so.
Do that. But I guess the thing they're saying is, because I think against the Yankees the other night, he only had 1 swing and miss. That's the biggest reason why he's struggled at times. I mean, his ERA is only 4 even after that. Shellacking. So he has pitched well.
Yeah.
Strikeouts haven't been there, but I noticed right away. I mean, you look at the velocity. I mean, he was hitting 100 regularly with the Mets. He's hitting 94. I mean, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
And his changeup's still around 90 miles an hour. So the difference in speeds isn't there. And I think that's why he doesn't get the strikeouts like he used to.
That's so weird. His changeup's still at 90, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you see that with pitchers. They don't, because they're used to throwing the change a certain way.
Do you think maybe he's letting up a little bit on his fastball too? Maybe just for injury's sake.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, I also wouldn't be surprised if he figures it out too. But just right now, it doesn't look great. Do we know about Bronx 718?
Don't know who Bronx 718 is. I would imagine a Yankee fan and clearly a Bob Ross fan as well, per that picture of Bob Ross.
All right. But yeah, we appreciate you tuning in. And of course, fellow Yankee fans always welcome.
Although you never know, just because he's from says the Bronx.
I think it's a Yankee
he may like
fan.
to go to Flushing every now and again.
But and you look at this game too. I mean, up and down the line of production, everybody actually had a hit except Aaron Judge, who had an RBI. But how about 2 hits for Gallo, 3 hits for Jose Trevino? And I was talking about this, with someone the other day. Trevino, and tell me I'm wrong, and he's still got a ways to go in terms of offensive production. But if you couple that with what he does behind the plate, I mean, he's kind of reminding me of Gio Urshela at circa 2019.
Trevino?
What I mean? Yeah, a guy that didn't produce other teams. He's getting big hits. I mean, he had the walk-off hit, last week. I mean, he's had big games. Do you see the slide he had into home plate? Did you see that?
No.
Avoided the tag.
Oh, no, I did see that. Yeah, and then came back.
Oh, my God. Dead to rights. I mean, for a catcher to do that, I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Very elusive for a catcher, dude.
So I'm just saying, Tony, I think way above McCann on the pecking order already.
Oh, my God. Yeah, definitely.
Of New York catchers.
Yeah, I would say so. The Bronx boy says, Yankees all day. So you have a fan out there.
Go.
You have a fan out there, Brian.
Seemed like you were going to play it.
Oh, dude. Well,
no, tell me you weren't going to
Let's go!
Before I said that. Yankees win.
I was about to do it, but then you said it, and I was like, dude.
There we go! So all in all, great victory here. A lot to like. Glaber with another 2 hits and got thrown out stealing second, was a little nervous. There was an injury, but he stayed in the game. So that was, nice to see. He narrowly actually missed a home run. They had to review it, but then he got thrown out at third because his foot came off the bag. That's one of those
I hate
things.
to see that.
Yeah, just bad luck. But all in all, great win. Nice to get Monty, that victory finally. And the bullpen picked him up, 2 scoreless innings combined for Castro and McKay. And then, so now that puts them 34-15. They did have game 2 scheduled for yesterday. Obviously, with the rain, that was postponed. And now we're going to have a doubleheader today, I believe, starting at 1:00. As they want to, wrap up this series, being that, the Angels aren't in town much. But, after the victory from Tuesday, they sit 5 games clear of Toronto, who's been hot, winning 7 straight to overtake Tampa for second, and Tampa 5.5 games back. So Looking pretty good. You think about the doubleheader today. I mean, all you have to do is split it to win yet another series. Obviously, they would love to get, the sweep of the doubleheader and the series, but, we'll see obviously what happens, and we'll get to picks in a second here. But just so everyone knows, pitching matchups, 105, Ohtani versus Cortez. That should be a lot of fun.
Right.
And then the night game, 7:05, Detmers versus Tyone. So a lot of good pitching, especially, Detmers, with the no-hitter earlier this year, and Tyone pitching like it's 2016 all over again.
Wow.
So looking forward to those games. And like I said, we'll get to the picks in a second. But first, the Mets. 5-0 yesterday. Give it to me straight, Tony. What happened?
Oh my gosh, dude. And you know what's about that? They won 10-0 too the other night. You want to recap all these Yankee games?
We'll recap Trevor Williams.
Trevor Williams, dude. 5 innings, shutting them down. I think 1K, 3 walks.
Yeah.
But no earned runs, dude. Yeah. Like, let's go, dude.
Corbin popped again.
Schlatt. Dude, he's got to be done after this year. He's looking like absolutely terrible. Like nothing what he was. His slider is horrible right now.
Yeah.
He's got no location. He's got no arsenal. Like every pitch is hittable, dude. It's ridiculous how bad he is. And because of that, obviously the Mets shut them down 10-0, dude. And we're getting like some phenomenal performances out of some people, specifically Barnes, didn't really like the acquisitions of like Kana and Marte.
Kana's been great.
Marte's picked it up, dude.
Slow start. And the guy I like, Escobar, has done shit.
I know. It's any mush. I don't know what to tell you, dude. No, but dude, Kana. I think on Tuesday, obviously, it's a little tough to watch, these games when hockey's on. But nonetheless, I'm tuning in. I'm switching back and forth. But Kana had these like. He's just been hitting. He's had some tremendous at-bats of just staying alive, finding ways to get base hits. I think on Tuesday he had like 2 identical hits to center field off the same pitches, right? So he's clearly recognizing his pitch. I think he has a tremendous eye on the plate right now. Starling Marte has been absolutely on fire with the dingers he's had. Alonso as well, hitting really well. Guillorme and Lindor seem like a phenomenal duo, second base, shortstop. They are like locked down in the middle of the infield here. And then, Trevor Williams did really well for us yesterday. Cookie Carrasco pitched. I think he went 5 innings, no earned runs, obviously.
5 walks. Though.
5 walks. I know, struggling with some location, clearly. But again, I mean, Lindor made some phenomenal double plays in the infield. I think that our defense right now is a big reason why these pitchers who are in the positions that they weren't expected to be with the injuries we have, but it's the reason why their lines are looking so good. As my mother says, the Yankees are babies,
and
I'm glad they're doing well though.
What does she mean by that? I don't think she means age, right?
No.
What is she saying? Like they're soft?
I don't know, soft, immature, stupid.
Why has she said this before, like in passing, or no?
No, I think she's just messing with you, Barnes. Honestly,
because you said we were very calm.
Knows what she knows how to get to you.
Yeah, but best record in baseball, so I think that speaks for itself, and that's why she says, "I'm glad they're doing well, though."
Mm-hmm. And then again, you talk about James McCann. Obviously, he's out with the wrist injury. So who's in? Tomas Nido, 4 for 4 yesterday, 3 RBIs. I mean, he's looking really good at the plate, looking decent behind the plate as well. But I mean, obviously his offensive production is something we have not been getting out of McCann. So it's nice to kind of see a catcher who's able to put the ball in play, to get on base and bring runners in as well. I mean, that's just another aspect of our offense that we need right now. I mean, and JD Davis as well, DH yesterday, I think went 2 for 3. His batting average is 247 now.
Okay.
Which is great because I feel like he was in a slump of like 150, 170, a couple weeks ago. So, I mean, it's really great to see just an all-around team effort from guys you aren't even really expecting to be hitting right now. And I know, Barnes has got a big smirk on his face right now, but I mean, I think, 12.5 game lead right now in the NL East. Some may say, dude, we're looking pretty good. DeGrom is now going to be traveling with the team Rehab is going really well. I'm super stoked. Things are looking very high and bright for the New York Mets, dude.
And I have to say, I know you thought, I was smirking, as you would say, because of, what you're saying, kind of like, poo-pooing the Mets. And actually, that's not what I was doing. I do think the start has been tremendous. Obviously, hammered it home, bringing Showalter. I mean, you can't speak enough about how much of a positive impact that's had. And, of course, the opportunities in front of them. I mean, they're going to run away with this division. I mean, it's literally impossible for them not to win this division. And I know they've collapsed before. The teams are terrible. I mean, there's just no other way to say it.
I know.
And the reason, as your mom says, another incorrect statement. The Mets rule to go along with the Yankees are babies. But anyway,
Bo's getting choked up here.
The reason I was smiling is because I was going to ask you after you were done if you were going to put your money where your mouth is
tonight
with your first pick tonight.
Absolutely,
West Coast swing. So a 10-10 start. Tawan Walker versus Tony Gonsolin. So obviously the Mets starting another West Coast trip here. Dodgers heavy favorites at -170.
Right.
And obviously, a tough kind of schedule for them. Day game yesterday, all the travel, and then 10 o'clock, Eastern time to start a game.
Right.
Stuff might be a little off kilter, but I'm guessing as your first pick, you're rolling, huh?
Yeah, I think so, dude. I mean, I know it is Gonsolin, right? Gonsolin. I think it's Tony Gonsolin.
Yeah.
Have you heard Gonsolin?
I've heard Gonsolin, but I mean, we'll see.
Well, anyway, Tony over there looking pretty good. 1.8 ERA. I think he's like 5-0 or 7-0 in the season. However, dude, Dodgers. I don't know if you saw them the past few games. They got swept by the Pirates.
Yeah, and that was after I said the walk in the park.
I know, dude. So,
but that's one of those things, I mean, it's like
no, it's not one of those things.
No,
dude.
because the Kraken have beat the Avalanche this year. What did that mean? That's all. That's the only point I'm making.
3 games in a row they lost to the Pirates, so not just one game, but not like 2 games, 3 games in a row, dude. And they were Pirates were scoring.
That doesn't make you more nervous because it's like, what are they just going to keep losing? I mean, obviously the team's too talented.
Well, obviously not going to keep losing. I'm just saying that's like unheard of.
I'm just saying, dude, with Walker on the hill, I understand his numbers don't look bad, but
his numbers don't look bad, but they're not great. Yeah. However, dude, I think they're gonna, law of averages. Gonsolin isn't going undefeated on the season. Am I wrong?
I mean, all I'm saying is, okay, so basically his whole career, with starts and a couple of relief appearances, about a full season as a starting pitcher, 15-5, 2.59 ERA, 192 innings, 187 innings, 192 strikeouts, only allowing 125 hits. This guy pitches well.
He does pitch really well. However, the Mets bat really well right now. Okay, I think they're going to have a really good shot. I think the favorite is ridiculous. I think ESPN has like an 80% chance of the Dodgers winning. That's ridiculous. I think the Mets have a serious dog in this fight, and we're going to do what we've been continuing to do, which is, rely on some good pitching, some phenomenal defense, and some small ball hitting. And I think because of that, it's going to be a close game. Taijuan Walker may give up a home run or 2, but I think the Mets are going to take this one 5-4.
Wow. And is it like they take the lead late? Is it, they give up one at the end to make it closer? Like, how do you feel like they get there?
I think it's going to be, maybe, within 2 runs going to the 7th inning. Mets have a big 7th inning, take the lead, hold it for the rest of the game.
All right. I'm going to make it short and sweet for you, Tony. So, like I said, 105 in the Bronx, Nestor Cortez versus Ohtani, great pitching matchup. But I'm going to say the Yankees jump over Ohtani early. The walks occasionally, are a problem. And I could see that happening today, them being patient and then they get a big bomb from Judge or Rizzo or Torres. So I'm going to say, Angels haven't looked good just in general. I think it's 6 in a row they've lost. So I'm going to say it's going to be a 6-1 victory here. And we're going to get a Judge home run and a Rizzo 3-run home run. And as well as Nestor Cortez, 7 strong, 1-run ball, 10 strikeouts. What he's done for us all season long.
Wow. All right, dude. I'm going to go within your division here. I'm going to go to Toronto today. Johnny Cueto on the mound for the White Sox.
Great story.
I know. It really is a phenomenal story. However, our boy Alex Manoah on the mound for Toronto,
Future Yankee.
looking to complete the sweep here.
7 in a row for the Blue Jays.
7 in a row for the Blue Jays. They're very hot. I'm not sure the stats in the last few games as per Vlad Guerrero. I don't think he's really been like that outstanding.
He
I feel
did just homer finally.
right.
But
Other
than that,
I would think against Cueto, whatever shimmy he's got going on. I don't think Vlad is even at all interested, and I think he's going to take him a yard twice tonight.
wow.
I say Toronto takes it. And the first game was close, like 6-5. Yesterday was 7-3. I'll say it's 6-3 tonight.
All right. Going back to the well, I know it's crazy. Same team twice.
Oh, you're doubling down.
We're doubling down. 7:05. Detmers versus Tyone. Detmers, no dog, Tony, in this fight. Tyone gonna shut down the Angels offense here. I'm gonna say he goes 6 innings, no runs, 7 strikeouts, 2 hits, no walks. Yankees all over the Angels here. I'm gonna actually say 10-0 on this one, and I'm gonna say Gleyber Torres, making it look like it's 2019 with Gary Thorne on the call. 3 home runs, 10-0 Yankees as they win another series, sweep another series, and pick up their 36th win of the season to get them 21 games over 500. And here we are in early June.
Here we are in early June. All right. Next game. Let's go to Texas, dude. Tampa Bay, Texas Rangers. Corey Kluber on the mound for Tampa Bay. I don't think he's going to last 3 innings tonight. I think he's going to get absolutely poo-pooed.
I don't always poo-poo the Mets.
Oh, by the way, my mother says, Barnes, you always poo-poo the Mets.
I really don't.
I mean, dude, when haven't you, though?
I mean,
yeah.
Okay. I definitely haven't.
When haven't you, dude?
No. I definitely have, but at the same time, like earlier, I literally just said, I mean, it's all right in front of them. They're not going to lose the division lead. I guess it's just one of those things where I'm just like, if we happen to get a Subway Series, I feel more than confident. So I just feel like it's like they're playing well, but I just think it's like I think it's 2 things. I think even at full strength, I think they're beatable. And then I'm just questioning that DeGrom and Scherzer are going to be ready, healthy for the start of the postseason. I don't know. That's I think a big question mark, especially more so DeGrom. I think, Scherzer, but DeGrom, I mean, you have to admit, Tony, as much as you love him, he's a little nervous about injuries. I mean, there is something there. It's always the MRI tube. I mean, they're kind of ripping him a little bit, like on the fan and stuff, just that he's nervous. I mean, he's definitely nervous. That's one thing that has to be a little concerning. I mean, I know he'll put it on the line for the playoffs, but it's like, what he's got to just go out there.
Yeah, I know. You're totally right. And it is like, it's always, it took them so long to figure out what was wrong with him.
Right, exactly.
Injury after injury, separate parts of his body as well. So, yeah, it's a little, nerve-wracking, but I'm not worried, dude, as Matthew Gabriel check-ins.
Old Spo.
Yeah, dude. All right. And I know for Texas Rangers here, I know Taylor Hearn isn't really anything to really look at. But
Rangers have been hot.
I think they've 6 in a row.
I believe so.
So I mean, playing a pretty good game. Actually, no, I think they lost 1 game, I think, to Tampa Bay already. Am I wrong?
No, I thought they won yesterday. No.
Let me double check here. They lost yesterday in 11, 4-3.
Okay.
11 innings.
Tight one.
Tight. But they've won, the first 2 games against Tampa Bay, 3-0, 9-5. So obviously good offensive production out of them. And again, I think Corey Kluber is going to get absolutely shellacked. And I don't think Tampa Bay's bullpen can really last, a whole game here. So give me Texas. I would say, what was it? 4-3 last night. I don't know. Give me like 6-4.
Okay.
5-3. 5-3 Bards.
5-3. I'm going to go something a little crazy here. I mean, it's 2 teams collectively that have combined to win almost as many games as the Yankees, which is just crazy to show, how bad they've been doing, but I'm going to go Nationals over the Reds. I mean, you just got embarrassed by the Mets, and I think Nationals aren't any good, but neither are the Reds. And I just
That's
think
a tough match.
you have Soto,
Yeah.
you have Cruz. I think Ruiz, the catcher, can times. So I'm going to say Soto has one of his vintage performances, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. The Reds, the fans have gone elsewhere. 8-0 Nationals tonight.
Not worried about the pitcher for the Nationals tonight, huh?
Adone?
Adone.
Well, I mean, at 1-80, law of averages, no? You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, playing with fire with the Jays, with the Mets here, with the Dodgers, those are risky. I feel like this one, I mean, it's like Nationals are due, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems like no,
That was
bless you, by the way.
Day. Thank you.
But I actually think if you had to pick, and tell me I'm wrong, I think you would actually pick the Nationals here because I mean the Reds are just atrocious.
I know they are atrocious, but it's so hard to pick the Nationals, dude.
It is, but it's so hard to pick the Reds.
I know it is, but I feel like the Reds' law of averages take one
wow,
here.
your mom's really going after it.
Maybe they make you nervous.
They make you nervous. They do not make me nervous.
Gentleman Jack.
I mean, this is the first time I'm going to say.
Thank you, Matthew Gabriel, by the way. Great shirt.
2019.
DowntownTV.com.
That
Great
I am not fearful of one team in the major leagues. I think I feel great about the Yankees beating anyone. And like I said, it's been a few years.
You said last year.
No, I didn't. Last year, I did not say that.
I'm pretty sure you said that at some point last year.
No.
At some point, dude, you said it. Yeah. I'll find it on the tape.
So much left to be desired, and I feel like this year we're clicking on all cylinders, and that's why we're gonna sweep the doubleheader today. But hey, I mean, like I said, I want to see the Subway Series. That would be great. I mean, I can't think of anything better, a better way to cap off this baseball season. I mean, there isn't. There's no better way. I know you're gonna say, "Oh, the Mets winning the World Series." I know you're gonna say it, Tony. So just say it.
Yeah, I think no better way to cap off, having a Rangers parade in the city than you go to the Mets parade. It's just gonna be a wonderful thing, dude.
Oh man, but hey, we'll see. I mean, that's gonna be great TV, though. I mean,
oh my god, it's gonna be just great living, dude. Are you kidding me? Well, one of us is gonna be very disappointed.
The diner's gonna look like nothing compared to that. Imagine if it goes 7-2 and there's like a walk off of a Joe Carter moment.
Are you like? Would you be watching the game like in your house alone, sort of deal?
Oh, what are you like a superstitious type of thing, or just generally?
So, like, some people are like, I gotta be I want to be in my home.
No, I just have to have a place to watch it where I can watch the whole game. So
right.
It doesn't matter where it is, as long as it's right in front of me.
Right.
I don't want to hear Sterling on the World Series call.
Right. No, of course not. But when Alonso is like, just absolutely trashing up Garrett Cole over there, are you going to be giving me the evil eye? You're going to be asking me to leave? Like, what are we doing?
I'm just saying, I feel very comfortable, Tony. Very comfortable. But let
I will be.
Barnes assigned seats.
You don't assign seats, do you?
We did have. I didn't assign them. Matthew did quite some. I think it was the 2017 run. We were right there. That was a tough one. That was even tougher, honestly, than last season. Because last season there's a lot of bad. 2017 miracle run, 3-2 lead. With World Series on the line. But yeah, basically won, I think, earlier in the series or something. So then we got back to the house. Side seats, got to do it. Can't talk about it. Have to sit there. Literally have to sit there. Gare was making sure of it. So that was obviously a good time other than the loss. But hey, this year we're out for a vengeance. It's crazy to say that was 5 years ago. But we know what time it is, Tony.
Shortly.
Quickly, as we say, the world of the National Basketball Association.
The Bulls go! LeBron James at the buzzer! He banks in the three! And the Lakers win the game!
I know I mentioned it maybe even a year ago at this point, but I still think Frazier's ball had a chance to go. Out to right field in Houston, Game 6, would have changed the whole series, Tony. No?
Yeah.
I know you remember it.
Sure, dude. I remember it. I think you're, They want to let that one go, Barnes.
I know. But Cashman hasn't let it go.
God.
But I feel great too. Obviously we're talking basketball now, but just one thing that I feel great about is that I without hesitation, I think Holmes is going to be closing out all these games. Yeah, versus Chapman. So I feel great about that.
That was good, dude. I feel great about Diaz. 2 strikeouts yesterday in the 9th.
I will take Holmes any day over Edwin. Let's blow it, Diaz.
What about Chapman, though? You take Chapman over Diaz?
No, I'll take Diaz. See, here you go. I know. Oh, Mr. Poo-Poo. Edwin Diaz, you heard it here first, is better than Aroldis Chapman. But who isn't better than Aroldis Chapman? So I know.
Probably you.
Okay. Anyway, Tony. Anyway. Here we are. NBA Finals. Game 1 tonight. Warriors pretty heavy favorites here in terms of the series. I believe it's minus 150 to like plus 130 for Boston. And obviously everyone thinking about the pedigree with the Warriors, winning 3 titles, and a lot of those guys, the main guys anyway, on the team like Thompson and Green and Curry, of course. So I mean, I look at this and I think there's a very, very big possibility that this is a 7-game series. I mean, what do you think about that?
I don't think so, dude. What did I say? Warriors in 6?
You might have, yeah. And I think I said Boston in 7.
Yeah, I think you did.
And you're not
sticking. Yeah, no pivots here, dude.
Wow,
no,
wow. And I mean, what is it though? Is it that? Are you kind of like going back to the well in terms of Boston the past, really? I mean, I guess since 2008. Anytime it's a big moment, just
come up a little short, dude. Yeah, and then I don't know. I feel like watching them in the postseason, they just have had some nights where some of the players don't show up, as well as other nights, and I just feel like they're going to need to put, consistently good performances from Tatum, from Williams. And I don't know. I feel like they may have a clunker or two, and they may lose a game because of that. And I think because of that, I mean, I feel like the Warriors are just going to pounce on them.
And it's not every year, but one thing that makes me think, Celtics here is that a lot of times I feel like the team that's not favored ends up winning the series. And I think back to last year too, where it's like the game 1 winner, the game 2 winner, obviously, the Suns winning the first 2 games. And then, so that's what I'm kind of feeling. I'm feeling the Warriors winning tonight, even winning maybe tomorrow, and then losing in 7. I don't know. I just feel like it's very rarely that team that wins the championship wins game 1, and then it's just smooth sailing. I mean, of course, we've had some sweeps like, the Warriors over the Cavs back in, I think it was 2018, I want to say. We get situations like that, but I just think this is going to be a long series. And really what it comes down to, more effective, the Celtics trio or the Warriors trio, and who steps up more and who avoids the big clunker. And I think that's how the Warriors can be beaten. If there's a couple games where they're just not hitting those 3-pointers, and Clay and Steph collectively, are shooting 20%, 15%, those type of games, they have no shot against a very solid Celtics team.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like, dude, Curry, I feel like wants it, especially this year.
Never won Finals MVP.
Wants that next ring. How many would that make for him? 4?
It'd be 4.
4th ring. How many does LeBron have?
4.
Oh, okay. So, he has as many rings as LeBron, has the Finals MVP, maybe will propel himself into the discussion of one of the greatest players of all time, given what he's done for the sport and everything like that. And I don't know, dude. I mean, I feel like it's kind of a little bit of a destiny for him here. Plus, I think like Draymond Green's going to get into the heads of the Celtics with his mouth and everything. I think he's also play a good series as well. So, I don't know. I think give me Warriors, dude.
Matthew, Warriors in 5.
Wow, Warriors in 5, he says.
Wow. So for tonight, throw a couple shekels up there. Could be a nice payday if you take the Celtics. Not the Warriors, minus money, gentleman's sweep. for Boston.
Oh, it's right. Oh my God! Wait, Brian, who says he never roots for Boston, is rooting for Boston here.
Not rooting for Boston.
You-
I'm
wait,
giving my objective
Oh
opinion.
no!
I get
I don't know, dude.
I'm dead serious. I get no joy out of them winning. Either way, this is my reaction. Both teams winning. This is what I'm thinking, because it's just I wanted to see the Bucks there. I wanted to see the Suns there. Wanted to see the Lakers there. It would have been nice to see the Nuggets there, but of course we're left with two teams that have littered the NBA Finals for the past 15 to 20 years. So,
yeah,
I mean, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think so too. Plus, with all this good hockey going on, I almost even forgot the NBA Finals were even on, dude.
I just wish if like a Rangers Avalanche final, any chance, let's say this is a sweep, this series, better ratings. Any chance, or we're really, really going for it there?
I don't know. What's the ratings like for NBA here? What are we thinking? How many millions of people?
I think we got to do some research. But a sweep for this series, blowout games, and then Rangers Avalanche 7-game series, 3 overtimes.
The average viewers figured over 6 games was 7.5 million
2020
for the 2020 NBA Finals.
So average view NBA Final, put 2021.
Yeah, that was historic low, it says. So almost 10 million viewers.
Okay, and then do Stanley Cup Finals 2021.
3.6.
Yeah, but CBC. Oh, but that's in Canada.
Oh, wait, hold on. Game 7 was the second most watched CBC sports
8.7.
program.
So Game 7 is almost the average NBA. So I'm
Throwing
just
an
saying,
average of 8.7.
Terrible finals, Tony. I think we have a shot. At least game by game. I mean, obviously, 2.2, 2.5. 2 is not going to cut it.
Viewers on U.S. Network, an increase of 17% compared to 2020.
Plus, Tony, you think additional eyeballs, ESPN, they have the app. Or wait, is it on TNT?
It's probably going to be, I think it's on ABC, actually.
Check it.
I'm pretty sure the finals are on ABC.
Stanley Cup Finals TV coverage. ABC. I'm telling you, ratings bonanza, no? Or do you think NBC, it's the same thing?
I mean, they were literally
the app. Everybody goes to the ESPN app.
Yeah, but NBC has the sports app too.
Yeah, but it's a little finicky.
Yeah, it is a little finicky.
No, but you think no chance. Even if, like I said, blowout games, 4-0 sweep, 7-game series with the Rangers, 3-1 comeback or something. I mean, any chance?
I don't know, dude. I mean, because New York is going to be in the Cup, I would say there's definitely going to be an increase. Because when you think about it, especially with Rangers and Knicks playing at the same place, I mean, a lot of Knicks fans are Rangers fans, vice versa. So I would say, with the Rangers being at the Cup final, yes, definitely an increase. 10 million average.
Not average, but Game 7 could be 20 million.
Yeah,
honestly.
That's true, dude. But I don't know, dude. People don't like. I don't know.
ABC though, more accessible.
It's more accessible. I don't know, dude. People just don't. People don't like hockey, unfortunately.
Colorado though has not been to the Stanley Cup final in 20 years, and the Rangers haven't won a Stanley Cup in 28 years. Yeah,
94.
Yeah, 28.
Yeah. So I don't know. I would say on average for the Cup final, Colorado Rangers give me like 4.3 million.
But game
7 maybe get it up to 7 million.
What if it's Game 7 and the team won the previous 2 to force the Game 7? A little more hype. 2 overtime games before.
7.2 million.
really can't get the 10 for Game 7.
I can't see it, honestly, dude.
How long is it going to take to get there? Or are you going to be waiting a while?
I think you're going to be waiting a while. Don't hold your breath, Brian. This is unfortunate because everyone can put, you can't follow the puck, and went so fast, and I don't want to sit here, because hockey is such. I mean, I feel like basketball is similar, where you're watching the whole time. There's no stoppages really. Same thing in hockey, but of course, hockey, it's like a bigger rink, wider camera angles, smaller puck. It's so hard to follow the puck. I don't know. People are stupid, dude. Honestly, it's so easy to follow the puck. Camera does it for you
Get some
practically.
glasses. How about
Honestly, dude.
that? As we come to a close, Tony, your score for tonight.
Give me the Warriors 118 to 112.
Warriors 135. Celtics 95.
Oh,
And
Celtics playing any defense here? Come on.
no.
Really?
And the best part about this is what propels them to a 7-game series victory. The embarrassment, the pain of that game 1 shellacking. We've seen it, Tony. No 3-pointers. No 3-pointers. They really might not make a 3-pointer.
I don't know, dude.
The legend. Last thing. 9:00 start on ABC. Absolutely ridiculous or no?
Wait, say that again? Sorry.
9:00 start on ABC. Absolutely insane.
Oh my God. Who the hell is staying up for that?
Yeah.
Do they want viewers?
No, and the best part too, if it's on Saturday or Sunday, it's on at 8. Well, why would it be later during the week?
I don't know.
It just doesn't make
That
any
is so
sense.
weird. Honestly, Matthew says, honestly, the more I watch Hockey Boys, the easier to follow the puck. Yeah, people
Yes,
just have
of
to
course,
commit
Matthew.
to it. And it's also just a fun game to watch. It's physicality, there's skill, and it's something that, it grabs your attention. My mother says you should do a podcast from AC
That would be sick.
in the lobby bar. She's going to look into it.
How about the Bally's Beach Bar?
Bally's Beach Bar. That would
bash.
be dope, dude. Oh, my God. Matthew, absurd timing, hates the time of the game. He's going to be in bed.
And how about last timing thing here? How about game 3, Tony? Take a guess what time it starts for the Rangers. Sunday, game 3. Take a guess.
1 o'clock, 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock?
I feel like I don't like that. Why? Like, why not just make it 7? You know what I mean? Because that throws off the clocks, though. We're traveling to Tampa. I don't like that. I don't like a 3 o'clock start. 3 o'clock game, early games are always.
Wait a minute. There's time difference in Tampa?
No. I'm just saying the fact that they have to travel there, and then I'm saying the fact that they're used to playing these games at 7 or 8 o'clock, and then you're going to throw in a 3 o'clock game, so they get less rest than they have really maybe the whole postseason.
Yeah, suppose so. But I mean, I love the Sunday afternoon games, dude.
3 o'clock's too early.
3 o'clock is amazing.
5 o'clock.
Wake up, 11 a.m., noon, breakfast, Bloody Mary, nice buzz going by 3 o'clock, ready for the game. I mean, let me just plan out your Sunday. Why don't I?
I know. I like that the games. It's not about me watching it though. I'm just talking about the players with like the shorter rest time. That's all I'm talking.
I mean,
about.
they've been doing that for postseason
the
every
Rangers
Sunday.
haven't played
Yeah, they had a
game.
Sunday afternoon game, I think, against Pittsburgh.
Only one game.
Only one, because it
There
just
you go.
kind of happened. That's what day it fell on.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think making
Sundays
it,
always early.
Sunday at 7's fine. You're done at 9:30. Sleeping by 10, Tony.
No.
All right. Sorry, Tony. Sorry for suggesting it.
Bad job, Brian.
And as we conclude here, anything coming up? I think there's an episode. What do we got?
What?
Episode of Screen Time? No,
Not today. No.
really, no episode.
Swear.
Nothing on the horizon.
On the horizon, I don't know. Friday tomorrow is a little bit of a I guess toss up right now, just because of our plans to do some work and whatever. But
I got you.
I mean, you can still go to our YouTube channel and check out the Screen Time playlist. There's so many freaking good episodes. I think the last one we did was top 10 worst movies, right? Top 10 worst movies. Before that, we were rating best battle scenes, best one-on-one fights, top cop movies, top summertime movies, top Pixar movies. I mean, dude, it's endless over there. Just go to the playlist, watch some Screen Time. You have a great time.
And I think you have a soundbite about what else is on the YouTube page.
Oh, God.
Tony in costume. There we go.
There we go, dude.
Salem trivia.
Tony's in costumes.
He's on the golf course. He's on the basketball court.
We got
yard goats. Yes, we have to play.
Also, no. We got
golf over basketball right now.
Get out of town, bro. Do you know how much easier it is to organize a basketball game than it is to golf outing?
I mean, it's really not that hard. You just book a tee time.
Yeah, but I'm
It's
just
about
saying.
availability, Tony.
Yeah, availability. You need 4 people. You need 5 hours. You need
4
golf.
people.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can go with 2 people. Go with 1 person.
Then what is that, Brian? What? Yeah, you go. You go. Yes, Brian. You will go golfing.
Oh man.
Oh my God! Endless epicness. Matthew Gabriel, and then he says
Golf. It's all about the golf. But yeah,
Anyway, dude, did you see this ESPN basketball game? Chelsea Piers. It was 2-on-2 with
No, I missed it. Oh,
it was J Will.
Yeah, I'm guessing J Will won.
J Will won.
Crushed him or no?
I don't even know, because ESPN. Not only are they doing terrible broadcasts of hockey, but they're also doing terrible broadcasts of their own, pick up 2-on-2 games with their own sportscasters. We called ESPN yesterday, and I'm not going to knock this one guy because he's just working there. It's not like he was in charge of the whole thing. But he said that Carlin was going to go like Instagram Live and Facebook Live when he was there. I don't think he ever did because Mike couldn't find it. And there was no coverage of the 2-on-2. Like, what are you doing,
Chris
bro?
Carlin. I mean, that's
I know, which is
mistake.
obviously a bad job to rely on Chris Carlin for anything, because he is just a terrible person.
Yeah.
He's not a terrible person. He's a terrible sportscaster, terrible radio host.
No, but he's so interesting.
Horrible,
he's not boring.
No, yeah. Horrible takes, terrible sense of humor. Not to mention, he was like making fun of them playing basketball and telling them, like, say how bad they're going to be doing. Which meanwhile, you think Carlin could do any better?
He could even
Probably
get up
not,
from
dude.
the broadcasting
Really,
seat.
he could even ref that game, says Michael. But just terrible job at ESPN. I think they had a golden opportunity in like streaming, like this nice 2-on-2 game here at Chelsea Piers. Two of all places could have made it real nice down by the water, a couple cameras in there, and they just totally fumbled it. And I would have watched it. I would have tuned in, Brian.
Yeah, no,
But
I
I
heard them
couldn't.
talking about it. But Han, it disappoints me what a chief Han has become. I heard him talking about the game. I don't know. I just feel like I liked him better when he was with Rick.
Yeah.
Him with Bart. I don't know. Bart.
Bart's all right. I think his whole shtick is a little
Well, and then it's
drawn
like,
out.
I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I just feel like he doesn't know anything about anything other than football. Like, stop talking about basketball. Stop talking about baseball. You don't know anything about hockey.
Literally, that's the biggest problem with, I feel like, besides like Don, you could argue Michael K, and then Rick and Dave. I feel like none of them know like all sports.
Boomer actually is very good with hockey, and he played NFL,
Right.
obviously. So Boomer, I think, is the most versed athlete that played one sport, covering the rest.
everything.
Usually they're kind of focused on one thing. Like Jay Williams talking about football, baseball.
Dude, Max Kellerman talking about baseball or hockey. It's so
Stephen A.
despicable.
on hockey.
I can't wait. Matt gave us his Hana's beat, by the way.
Yeah.
I honestly can't wait till the NBA is over. And, even though Stephen A will still talk about NBA every day, but he'll have to be forced to talk about other sports and just make himself look like a damn fool.
Well, they're going to have him at the desk at the Stanley Cup final, 100%.
You think so?
Yeah, because the NBA will be over. They'll need to have him on something. What are they going to bring him to Citi Field? Like, I'm telling you, because he's done hockey. Didn't he wasn't he on there for like the first game with the Kraken or whatever?
I think he was on some game, and it's just like,
it's like, are you kidding?
So bad, bro. And it's literally like, even sometimes Michael K too. I mean, but Michael K almost admits it a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, he asked Don, because they say, "Oh, Don, but then like with Max and Stephen A, like they all pretend to know everything, and they just don't know. You can tell it by the inflection of their voices that they have no idea what they're talking about.
Right.
And it's honestly a disgrace on ESPN, disgrace on them. And honestly, at this point, ESPN should just like it's the football and basketball like network, honestly.
Yeah.
Because they really can't talk much of anything else besides, like I said, Rick DiPietro and Michael K show. Which, by the way, I feel like they're going to be moving some people around again. I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to put Rick in like a prime time slot, dude.
I don't think they want to move him from Dave. I think they want to keep that combination together.
No, like move the both of them like in a prime time spot, like
really,
the show. I mean,
what they should do is get rid of Bart and Han, and then have them just go from 10 to 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then move Jay Will to the early slot. I mean, wouldn't that make the most sense? No?
I wonder what type of viewership they get for that early slot, because I would imagine there are people who are up at 5 a.m. going to work or whatever. But I mean,
they're wasting time.
They kind of are wasting talent, and it sucks too because I wake up, sometimes whatever. I'm driving around 8 a.m. and I got forced to listen to Max Kellerman, and they like you
don't just go to the Fan?
No.
I mean, the Fan over at Max, we're talking about.
I turn on music at that point.
Well, why are you so tight on the Fan?
I don't know. I just don't really listen to them.
I'll try it. A Ranger fan,
I'll
too?
try it tomorrow. Okay,
Try it.
I'll try it out tomorrow.
Because he'll be talking Rangers.
Okay, yeah, I'll try tomorrow. Because of course, turn on Max Hellman. It could be any point during the year, and they're talking football like immediately, or they're talking like Lakers.
Yeah.
And like, dude, like one day he was talking Lakers, start off the show. It's like, bro, there's NBA playoffs going on, and the Lakers aren't in it. There's hockey playoffs going on. There's baseball going on, and you're talking about the Lakers specifically.
The fan over Max any day.
All right, I'll try it tomorrow,
hitting it
dude.
on the head.
I'll give it a shot, guys. But it really pisses me off, especially, as people who report on sports now. It's like, come on, dude.
Get it together.
We start the show off with what? The biggest news. Rangers win.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the NBA finals. That's not the biggest
Please,
New York
dude.
news.
They've just been off for like 3 days.
Yeah.
No one's even talking about NBA. Dude.
No.
It's ridiculous.
Were they gonna have game 2 on Monday?
Yeah,
they probably will.
Sick, dude. Probably.
So no, it probably will be Sunday though, if I had to guess. Because they love
maybe that's
having it on
why
Sunday.
Yeah, maybe they're doing Sunday at 7.
I need to check this out.
Check it
The
out,
last thing, Tony, but also just while I'm checking this out, I really would like to encourage everybody. It's on Sunday, of course, like I thought.
What time? Oh, come on. You look at the time?
I want to say it's at 8 o'clock. Yep. 8. Oh, Sunday. Let's make it at 8, but not Monday or Wednesday or Thursday. But anyway, like to ask everyone to continue to comment, to like, subscribe. We really appreciate you tuning in. We already mentioned the archives on the YouTube page, all the good laughs and basketball games and baseball games and just a bunch of different things. So definitely check that out. As well as the spring collection on downtimetv.com. Tony's sporting one of the clothing items there.
Yes, dude. Great hoodie. We have a fanny pack as well. I'm going to buy a fanny pack, actually, but I have Mike. I'm trying to get Mike to design a black one because there's a white one. And for me, the white gets a little dirty, So I'd like to get a black one. So stay tuned for a black one on the website as well. It's going to be great. No, everyone was a nice fan. Fanny packs are in right now, Brian.
Fanny packs are in.
Are you a fanny pack man?
Never worn one.
Really? Never, ever?
No.
Not even like a baseball game or whatever music show you go to, any event. You just don't want shit in your pockets. You have everything nice, tight in a fanny
guess
pack.
It just hasn't happened. And I think what it is I think a fanny pack, great choice for probably the vast majority of people, but you have those people that are just not fanny pack people.
I mean, if Sam's watching, your birthday's coming up, fanny pack, downtime.
Yeah.
Would you wear one?
We'll talk about it.
Never mind, Sam. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, I mean, honestly, I have my eye on some other merch. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, of course, dude.
So I prefer a sweatshirt, a hat, a jacket. So definitely looking out for those 5-panel black t-shirt with colored writing. Next purchase for me. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the games. We will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.